at night, but you always love right. You always feed the hungry, friend to the lonely. Stand up to abuse of authority. Subject himself to the governing authority and respect the law. Canada was founded on the supremacy of God and the rule of law. The rule of law in Canada gives everyone the right to use their free will. Everyone. That means that you don't have to believe in God or follow God, but you must respect the law. L-A-W, leave all well. Because children see L, love, A, all, R, K, people. Procreation, let all rights keep people. So, same life for all to live. For all to breathe that one breath. In 2018 and 2022, as a former homeless man, I pull off miraculous feats. Because I placed in the top 10 in 2 municipal elections where I was blackballed by the media. And they said that I didn't have a voice, right? But yet we all have a voice. No one is left. And in 2023 by-election, the media chose 6 specific individuals for the people of the city of Clarke to coerce them to vote one of those specific 6. I stated that if any one of those 6 was called mayor on June of 2023, I would take it to the highest courts in Ontario and the highest courts in Canada if I had to. So 2 days, or the day before, because of Monday, was a 90-day legal deadline for appointed Toronto Mayor, media-elected controversially Olivia Chow, to fulfill the legal provincial requirement for her to be acknowledged under the laws of the province of Ontario and Canadian laws as the 66th Mayor of Toronto. With a broken body and pain as hell, the courts would not let my associate, Mr. Greco, file the papers, and I had to go in person. At approximately 2 hours before the courts were closed, Mr. Greco, you lost your gloves, young man. Mr. Greco contacted me. Any extra I'll cover. Your gloves? Mr. Greco called, and I was in bed. Give me a large double-double and a donut. The donut's $1 for that, right?
What kind of donut?
I think he wants Boston cream. And I would take a medium double-double and an apple fritter. So, at that period of time, I was lucky because I was hooked up with Team Viewer. So, with Mario in so much pain, I have a degenerative back disc. I'm the most wrongfully arrested person in the history of the city, according to 52 Division Police record, since I stopped pimping, selling drugs, and beating up people for their money. Since I started doing pure love. I said, well, okay, Mario, can you print them? Thank God for Mr. Greco, who printed the documents. And in turn, I left with about an hour and a half to go, and I walked into the Supreme Court at approximately 10 minutes to 4. And the lady came out and said, well, how can I help you? I said, we'd like to legally contest the appointment and election of Olivia Chow to the office of Toronto Mayor. She took all the papers, she looked at the papers, and approximately exactly 4 p.m. We were missing one piece of paper. But I'm very well respected in the courts. So the clerk decided to send someone down to another office to get the last back sheet. And we did successfully, legally, stop Olivia Chow on the 89th day of the 90-day deadline from legally becoming the mayor of Toronto on the Monday after Sunday that was to come. This was on a Friday. The courts served Olivia Chow and stated that she is the defendant in a legal proceeding commencing the province of Ontario contesting her appointment and election to the office of mayor. Olivia Chow didn't call a press conference like a real mayor would and say, people of Toronto, Unfortunately, I am not yet your legal mayor because a legal proceeding is commenced in a court of law according to the Provincial Municipal Elections Act of 1996. Have a happy day, everyone. Merry Christmas. Yeah, God bless. Section 83. But as long as that legal proceeding is before the courts, I cannot legally fulfill the legal requirement to secure the office of mayor. That was at the 90-day deadline. Olivia Chow didn't do that. Olivia Chow went on to try and bill on like she was still mayor. And the media was silent. They didn't tell you that for the first time in Canadian history, the office of the mayor is being contested in the Court of Law in the province of Ontario. Somehow a judge did some shenanigans, and I really believe that it was influenced by Olivia Chow's former Canadian member of federal parliament, so she has control. I was broken. I was shattered. There's no way they could dismiss it as frivolous. It's clear what the media did with the election to elect one individual. But yeah, I was shattered. I announced my retirement and brought in my successor. But then she decided to raise the people's property tax in a city that has such amount of homeless population, which would have led so much single parents, so many people who were poor, which we can hardship. So I took it on myself, and we took the appeal court, Superior Court of Appeals. Olivia Chow again was sued, but again Olivia Chow used two to the lawyers at the expense of taxpayers for her defense of her appointment in election being contested as an illegal act in a court of law. But again, she did not inform the people that she was a defendant. On the 15th of July, we know every time we put up signs to inform the public, they were being ripped down. They were just gone immediately. As quickly as we put them up, they were gone. So, sure, I decided to repeal it on the 15th when we were supposed to have this hearing. Suddenly, when I went outside, there was a city truck parked by the building. The garbage truck, the only thing they had in the back was a sign that informed the public of the case that day. We have a video of that, the truck nearly ran me over. And when we inquired, they told us they were told to specifically remove only those signs that stated Olivia Chow was not yet legally terminated under Ontario law and the Canadian rule of law. We went to the hearing, and thank God we went to yet another event. Because if I did not get a text from you that says the Zoom link changed, we would not have made it. So because it was being now promoted to the public, suddenly now the Zoom link basically changed. We thank God for this thing. So we went to the air. I stated my case about with a controversial election, and somehow the judges decided they're not going to give any explanation. They're going to say the judgment made no error in law. But he did make an error in law, because law is about truth, facts, and evidence, and they ignore the truth, the facts, and the evidence. On September of 2024, we filed with the Supreme Court of Canada. Take it to the highest. No, it's for my someone else. What? Someone else. We'll take it to the highest court in Canada. So we took it to the highest court in Canada. We took it to the highest court in Ontario. And now, we are in Canada's highest court. Docket number 41436. And as you can see, people don't understand. You understand? That's why bullying will be an issue. So on December 16th, 2024, we were informed by the Supreme Court of Canada that docket number 41436, the most historical, legal, political challenge in Canadian political history, that legally prevent Olivia Chow from becoming the 66th mayor of Toronto under Ontario and Canadian law, is now in the hands of 9 judges. 9 judges in Canada's highest court will rule for one of 2 legal comebacks. Number 1, your elected mayor, Olivia Chow, versus, please, I'm trying to make a video in a minute. We do have rights. Everyone has rights. If I ignore you, you don't have the right to persist with me. That's the law in Canada. If I go and try to speak to this lady and she ignore me, I can't follow her around and keep trying to protest her. That's harassment. But we will deal with that later. So, we know that. God bless. So on December 6th, file was updated. It is no longer active. It is no longer open. It is now in the hands of 9 judges in Canada's highest court. Will rule in favor of one of the 2 legal opponents under Canadian law for the office of Toronto Mayor. Number 1, Olivia Chow. Number 2, Mr. Kevin Clarke. Olivia Chow is the City of Toronto and 2 lawyers that are for by taxpayers that she has used for the past year and a half to defend against this most historical legal challenge. And yet Olivia Chow, using taxpayers' money for her defense, for being the defendant in a legal proceeding in a court of law that says you are not and cannot legally be the mayor of Toronto. You are only the appointed mayor of the City of Toronto, but not the legal mayor in the province of Ontario and in this great country called Canada, unless the judges rule in favor of you against Mr. Kevin Clarke, your legal opponent under Canadian law in the final battle for the office of Toronto Mayor. Olivia Chow wins, she will legally become Toronto Mayor. Olivia Chow loses and Mr. Kevin Clarke wins, the children become the deputy mayor of Toronto, will be ordered to forfeit the office of Toronto Mayor under Canadian law. To God be glory. Have a blessed day.